I've been doing something for the past couple of years that most people in this space don't really talk about. Just quietly going through crypto platforms one by one and seeing what actually happens. Not demo funds, not small test amounts, actual use. And somewhere along the way, I got pretty deep into a specific type of service. Platforms where I exchange one token for another without creating an account, without showing ID, and without the platform ever touching my tokens directly. That last part is the important one, and I'll explain exactly what it means in a bit. There's one platform I've been testing for the past 4 months that I think is worth showing. So today I'm going to walk through it, break down how the whole thing works under the hood, and then cover something, how to tell a legitimate service from a fake one, because that's a real problem in this space.
So quick rundown of what I've noticed using this platform before we get into the transaction. The first thing that stood out was how seriously the security side is built out, not just as a checkbox, but as something that's clearly been thought through. The number of tokens supported is solid. I've tested a good chunk of them. The exchange rates are fair. I've been checking them against other services regularly, and this platform holds up without any surprises. There's also an option to withdraw directly to a bank card, which I didn't expect to work as smoothly as it does. And then just the raw reliability. I'm somewhere around 65 transactions in, and not a single one has taken longer than 7 or 8 minutes from start to finish. Every single time it just went through. That matters more than most people realize.
All right, so let me just show you what this looks like. Today, I'm going to exchange USDT for BNB. Pretty common use case, and it's a good example, shows how the platform handles a stable coin to token route. So right here is where I pick the pair. I'm setting USDT as what I'm sending, done, and BNB as what I want to receive. Yep, that's in. And immediately below that, the platform shows me everything I need to see before moving forward. The current rate, the fee, and how long it should take. Okay, next step. So now I need to add the address where the BNB is going to land. That's my destination field. I put that in here. There's also a refund address field, which is optional, but I always fill it in just as a precaution. And then an email address if I want to get notified when the transaction goes through. Hold on a moment. Okay, all of that's in. Moving next. So this is the final review screen. All the order details laid out before I confirm anything. Going through it one more time. Yeah, everything is exactly as I set it up. I accept the privacy policy and create my order.
All right, so now platform is waiting for me to settle USDT. Hold on. Okay, it's done. That's everything on my end taken care of. I'm pressing confirm and it's running. The swap is being processed automatically from here, and the BNB should show up in my wallet within the next few minutes. So while that's processing, I want to explain what's actually going on behind the scenes here. So the key thing with a non-custodial exchange is this. The platform never actually holds any of my funds during this process. Like at no point did my USDT sit in a wallet controlled by this service. What happened is I sent from my wallet, the exchange was executed directly on the blockchain, and the BNB is now routing straight to my address. The platform essentially acts as the engine that figures out the best route and executes it, but it's never in possession of anything. Now, compare that to a regular exchange, Binance, Coinbase, whatever. The way those work is that you first deposit your funds into the exchange's wallet, which means from that moment on, tokens are sitting in their system, under their control. If something goes wrong on their end, a hack, a freeze, a regulatory issue, funds are caught up in that.
Non-custodial sidesteps that completely. Nothing is stored, nothing is held, nothing passes through third party. The blockchain does the actual work, and the platform just facilitates the path to get there. And look, I want to talk about how to actually protect yourself when you're looking for services like this, because the reality is there are a lot of fake platforms out there. They show up when you search for swap services. They get posted in crypto communities. Some of them are put together well enough that they don't immediately look fake. So here's what I personally check every single time. First, how the platform looks. I know that sounds basic, but a fake service almost always has visual issues. Things that are slightly off, fonts that don't match, layouts that feel unfinished, buttons that are placed oddly. It's a small thing, but it tells you a lot about whether real effort went into building this. Second, how intuitive the interface is. A legitimate platform wants you to complete your transactions smoothly.
If the flow feels confusing, if steps are unclear, if something just doesn't make logical sense as you move through it, that's a signal worth taking seriously. And third, how openly the platform talks about its own security. I want to be able to find clear, straightforward information about how funds move through the system and what protections are in place. So to wrap this up, 4 months, 65 plus transactions, a wide range of token pairs, that's the actual basis for what I've said here today. And the thing I keep coming back to is that this platform has just been boring in the best possible way. Every transaction settled every time without anything going wrong. In a space where that kind of boring reliability is actually pretty hard to find, that's exactly what I look for. Okay, that's it for today.